Hello, V Squad, and welcome to another episode of V Girl TV. So in this video, it's going to be, as you can tell by the title, okay, I'm going to tell you guys the top misconceptions that people think about being a Black Panamanian. Growing up in Brooklyn, you know, my parents had a West Indian accent. They were Black. I didn't even know where the heck we were from when I was about 7. I had to ask my mom one day, like, where are we from? Because I was confused myself. This is the take, okay? A lot of people have so many misconceptions about when you're a Black Panamanian, or when they see you, they just think all kind of things, okay? So the first thing is, when people see me, they don't usually know where the heck I'm from. 9 out of 10 times they think that I am Jamaican. So they'll be like, oh, you Jamaican? Like, everyone thinks I'm Jamaican. No, I am not Jamaican, guys. I am not Jamaican. However, my descendants were Jamaican descendants that came to Panama to build a canal and to work here. Although I may not be Jamaican, I have Jamaican lineage, but I am Panamanian, okay? I am from Panama. So that's the first thing that people usually think. They don't think that I am from Panama. They usually think I am from some West Indian country, which is okay with me. I don't have a problem with that. But the 9 out of 10 times they think I am from a West Indian country. The second misconception is they think that I don't speak Spanish, or I don't understand Spanish. And this usually comes from other Hispanics, okay? That's what you want to call them, other Hispanics. For instance, I could go into a Dominican store, and that's crazy that Dominicans out of all people. But anyway, I could go into a Dominican store or a Hispanic restaurant or whatever, and they'll just start talking Spanish, and sometimes they may even be talking about me. And then when I answer them back, they'd be like, oh my God, mami, tú sabes hablar español. No, not this Black girl. Or even if they do speak Spanish and then I answer them back in Spanish, they'll say to me, where did you learn how to speak Spanish from? Not where you're from. It's how you know how to speak Spanish. Where did you learn Spanish from? Yeah, that grinds my gears. The next thing is that grinds my gears about people and their whole misconception about Black Panamanians, if that's what you want to call it. They always ask, most of the time, not everybody. I think Panama has become popular nowadays, so more and more people are starting to know about Panama. But before, people used to be like, what's Panama? Where's Panama? I'm so confused. I've never heard of Panama before. Yes, guys, Panama is in Central America. Jesus Christ. So that's another big misconception about me or about my family or what it's like being a Black Panamanian. The other thing is, this goes back to the first thing that I was saying about being Jamaican. People usually get so confused when they hear my parents talk. Like, I remember growing up, I would have friends and they would come to my house and they would hear my mom talking to me like, go and clean up your room too dirty. Or she would say, come on, eat. And everyone would be like, who's that? Like, I thought you guys were Spanish. First of all, I'm not Spanish. I'm not from Spain. Okay? So let's be very clear. But yes, we do speak Spanish, but my parents also have a Caribbean accent. And obviously they're going to have a Caribbean accent because they are descendants of Caribbean people. And people, that's another thing that I hate. When people are like, why are Panamanians even in the West Indian Day Parade? You guys are not even Caribbean. Yes, Panama is in Central America, but for those of you who do not know, there is a Caribbean side and there's also the Pacific side. You get the best of both worlds, honey. Another misconception is that people usually think that just because you are Panamanian and you're Black, you're from Cologne. Okay, I'm not even gonna like... Yes, my family is from Cologne, but that doesn't mean that every Black person that comes from Panama is from Cologne. Like, there are other places in Panama that have Black people. So that's another misconception that just grinds my gears, that everyone always assumes that just because you're a Black Panamanian, you are from Cologne. It may be the case for the majority, but it's not everybody, okay? So please, guys, if you ever run into a Black Panamanian, please don't ask them if they're from Cologne, please. Well, how about you just say, oh, what part of Panama you're from? Don't just assume that they're from Cologne just because they're Black. Whenever they find out that, you know, my family is from Cologne or something, the first thing they want to do is when they see you is go, Ross, loco. Like, what? Like, no. okay? Not every single Panamanian talks like that. I mean, yeah, it's what's known for Panama, but not everybody in Panama speaks like that. I think it's that people need to realize that they are different parts of Panama, just like they are different parts of the United States of America. And each part of Panama have their own culture. Yes, it's one country, but every different part of Panama has their own culture. For example, if you are from Cologne, you may be a little bit more Caribbean-ish. You may be, you know, you may have a little bit more flavor or whatever, because that's just the way it is. Shout out to my Colonenses out there. Okay? If you are from maybe the interior, Santiago, you may be a little bit lighter, okay? People need to stop assuming that everybody in Panama is black, because quite frankly, we are the minorities here in Panama, whether you want to believe it or not. We are the minorities. If you are in areas like Panama City, or if you're in the interior, we are the minorities. So yes, black people do exist in Panama. We exist everywhere in the world. Slavery was global and universal. So stop assuming that every single person that comes from Panama looks like me just because those are the ones that you've encountered, okay? I advise everyone, if you want to know more about Panama and more about the culture, please come and visit, okay? Thank you guys, as always, for tuning into my shenanigans. I appreciate you guys so much. I love you guys so much. Thank you again for tuning in, and see you guys next week. Or maybe Monday or Wednesday. But anyway, see you guys next time. Thank you guys for tuning in. As always, peace and love.